Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dezi and welcome to my channel. Here you'll find anything from the metaphysical, witchcraft, self-care, self-love, and of course me exploring myself through my music. And if you're interested in any of that, definitely stay tuned because there'll be much more videos to come. I post every Monday, and on to the video. So if any of you are still on my channel from before, from the whole 25 of you that I had before I kind of went on this little hiatus, I did change my hair. I am not blonde anymore, and I think I'm gonna stay this way for a little bit. I kind of like the dark look. I had a bit of a hair mix-up, and let's just say I'm not a hairdresser. I tried doing a dark root on myself and it went bad, so we're sticking dark. Anyways, in this video I wanted to definitely talk about reconnecting with yourself and finding out if you are lost. I, for the last 2 or 3 years, have been fighting with this feeling on the inside that I am not listening to somebody or something that is trying to tell me something. And I think it's because I had this certain thought in my head that if I was getting a message from something like my guides or my guardians or my angels, that it would look a certain way, it would sound a certain way, and it's just not the case. Whether it's because I am not fully connected to them and I've not been really active with trying to connect with them in the way that I would like to, and I'm not at that vibration level where I could hear and see things the way I perceive in my mind that they should be. I'm not sure what it is, but I definitely was missing a lot of messages that they were trying to send to me. A lot of those things I'm definitely going to go over. A lot of the messages that I was missing, that I needed to change something, that something was not vibrating within myself the way it should have been, was one, I was sick for so long. I've still kind of touch go with it right now, but I was on and off for 2 to 3 years. I was sick with throat infections, strep throat, ear infections, constantly. And I'm hoping I don't get another one. I just had one from the end of December to early January 2018, and I'm hoping I'm not going to get that again because I've been really trying to tune into what's been vibing with me and kind of why I've been breaking down, and my body has been telling myself to stop. So I was sick all the time. Early 2018, end of 2018, I was getting a lot of headaches constantly. I was getting a lot of anxiety attacks, especially. I was working pretty much by myself for the majority of 2017 to 2018. I was literally the only employee that was in the store. So I was by myself a lot, and that was another thing that played into the anxiety. Another thing that I found that I was not listening to myself with was I was forcing myself to go to this job, to these several jobs, 2 to 3 hours on the train a day minimum, just to get there and back. And then I would do my whole 8-hour to 12-hour day, and then I would do it again, 1.5 to 2 hours on the train and on the bus. And I was telling myself that it was going to be worthwhile. I was telling myself that if I worked really hard and I kept my head down, that I would get what was coming to me in a positive way, and that was just not further from the case. So it all kind of came to a head this year. I felt like I was trying to put a circle into a square and just shove it and force it in there, and it was just not going to work no matter what I did. So I knew I was going to have to relearn those lessons over and over and over. I mentally knew this in my head, but I just kept repeating the same thing over and over, thinking that if I work hard, it'll be worthwhile, it'll pay off. And it's just not worth it. When everything inside of me was telling me, this is not ringing true for you, you need to stop and reevaluate what you want for your life and really focus, something's wrong on the inside. And I just kept repeating the same lesson, and that's truly what I feel like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and then expecting a different result. Something in the middle of 2018 that really came to a head for me was I was in this really bad depression state that I ended up having to go to my doctor and ended up getting sorted out on some medication. I'm not saying anyone does or does not need to do medication just because I am, but for me it was really worthwhile. I was feeling very, it was just very flat. Everything was just so meh. I really didn't have much of a care of anything anymore. I didn't want to put forth an effort for anything anymore, and I was just feeling very, what's the point of anything? And so I went and talked to my doctor, and luckily I vibed with whatever he gave me right off the bat, and it was just enough to kind of elevate me so I'm not flat all the time wanting to just lay in my bed. So now I'm able to do all the things that I want to do, and I'm able to really live life the way I'm supposed to. So that was definitely helpful, and it's not the only means of what I'm using to help improve myself, but it was definitely something I needed to listen to my body for, because for the longest time I was telling myself, no, you don't need that, because of all these other opinions of everyone else. And for me, that was not true. For me, what was true was that I needed a little bit of help, and I went and I got it. So I'm glad to listen to myself with that. So really what I want to talk about here today is reconnecting with yourself and what you can do to try to really step back and look into yourself and see what it is that you on the inside need. And for myself, what that looks like is going to be many number of things, and it's probably going to ebb and flow, but for right now it is going to be automatic writing. I was not doing any of that before, and I find I'm very stuck in my head. I'm Gemini, so you say anything to me and say you want to accomplish something, I'm already thinking about every step that we can do to get that accomplished, and anything that may happen to stop us, and how to do it in the best possible way. And that's kind of how my brain works at all times. When you're talking to me, I can fully be cognizant in your conversation with you, but I'm also thinking about how I'm going to get that done for you, and it's kind of how I express my interest in things, just how my brain works. So it's just like that all the time, but I was feeling very foggy, and I was feeling very stuck. I knew what I should be doing, but I'm not doing it. I don't know why I'm not doing it, but I'm not. And it came to the point where I was just forcing myself to the point where no matter how much more force I was going to give, I was just not going to follow through. My body, my mind just said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And this week I fully got myself ready to go to work, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. And I'm very, very much lucky to be living in a situation where I'm able to do whatever it is I need to do at this moment. And I don't condone this at all, but for me, this is what was right, is I ended up quitting my job. And I am in the process of reevaluating what that is going to look like for me in the future. I'm very much thinking I'm going to be getting my ProServe and working with more flexible hours in that way, because that's another thing that was very important to me, is having a flexible schedule where I can do what I need to do and I can feel more free and have a little bit more of a consistency as well. I'm very much a consistency type person, even though I was not being consistent for the longest time to myself. But I live by schedules and plans and expectations and rules, and if I'm not able to plan myself around something else, it's just not going to get done. And that's kind of why I've been feeling very stuck, like I'm spinning my tires over and over again and I'm not able to get free. Another thing is diving full free on into YouTube again and actually following through with it. I am going to be doing batch filming and really trying to make this a consistent habit for me, just because it's another form of expression for myself, and I really do enjoy it. I love being part of the community. I've been part of this community for such a long time without putting out any content, and I definitely want to continue doing that. So my YouTube channel is not going anywhere, and you won't see me on a missing hiatus without any explanation in the near future, that's for sure. Another thing is my meditation. I have literally let it go to shit, and that's not happening anymore. So I've literally scheduled myself to have a meditation space at least once a day right before I go to bed, where I do any type of meditation that I think I need at the moment. Right now I'm working on my lower chakras because they are all of my chakras are completely out of line, and I've definitely discovered that by listening to my internal self and doing a lot of research. And I know my throat chakra is definitely blocked, and that's one of my major goals, is to get that cleared. I think that's another major instance of why I've been having so many throat infection issues, and if I can get that cleared and really speak up with what that throat chakra resonates with, that I'll be a freer person. So that's something I'm definitely working on. But yes, I'm working on my chakra clearing, and I am definitely going to be working with personified deity. That's something that I've been really looking into and I've really wanted to work with. Behind me is my altar that I made up for Aphrodite, and I really felt like I needed to be, like, the calling needed to be something that was like bam, right in your face, and I feel like she's been calling to me for a while, and I just didn't know the signs until I really dived deep into the research of these little things that are happening to me and how that kind of connected to her. And so I'm working at the moment with building that relationship with her at the moment and with myself, and I'm really excited for that. Then another thing that goes really hand in hand with meditation is yoga. I was very much a very dance-oriented person during high school, and that was probably my most happiest times, was when I was in high school and I was doing my choir and I was in dance. And every afternoon it was either 2 hours of choir or 2 hours of gym and dance. And I was so happy. I felt so much better in myself, and I have not felt that joy until I started feeling what it is to do yoga since then. I feel like I carry myself very in a tense way. I feel like if I learn the habit of yoga and the practice of it, it will help me with my consistency, and it'll definitely help me just to release my body, because I feel like I carry a lot of my emotional energy within my body and I never let it go. So, like last year, I felt like I couldn't untense my legs. They were just constantly tight, kind of like a rubber band, and I couldn't let it go. And at this point in my life, I want to feel loose and relaxed, and I really want to see what it's like to be consistent with that for a full year. So that's that's one of the last things that I'm doing, as well as I am launching my first ever Etsy shop. I was for the longest time stopping myself from being creative in a way where I can create things that I create for my own practice in my witchcraft, but I love doing it for other people, and I'm doing that now. So anything that can help your spiritual growth, your self-care growth, your Wiccan growth, or your witchcraft growth in your practice is going to be on my website. and it's going to be on my Etsy shop. And my Etsy shop's name is A Star Seeds Retreat, just because that's what it feels like for me, is a place where I can go and really truly be myself and let go of all the things that I find amazing and magical in this world, and let it go to you guys, and you guys can enjoy. So right now I have 2 oils on there, a protection oil, a love oil, and I have a bath milk. If you're interested in any of that, definitely go check it out. And I would be really grateful if you shared this video so that other people can find it and just join my little community, because I really feel like for me 2019 is the year of connection, and I really feel like I need others to connect with that are very much like myself. We could actually make some friends on here. Isn't that what social media is for? So that is my video for today, guys, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and like it for me, and it'll definitely let me know if you do enjoy this kind of content. Let me know down below if you have been struggling with feeling connected to yourself, or feeling like you are being true to yourself, because I know definitely for myself for a long time that it has been a struggle. And yeah, that's it for everything. Make sure you check back every Monday, because I do post videos every Monday, fresh new topics on both the metaphysical and self-care and music. Bye guys!